Hello students, in the last class we have seen some chemical properties of metals and non-metals. We'll continue that. So we were seeing some chemical properties of metals. So we have seen sodium, calcium, potassium reacts in the same way with oxygen, water and with what we can say acid. Okay. So that with the acid reaction we call it as neutralization reaction. So today in this class, we are going to see about some most chemical reactions. So generally metal oxides are what? They are basic in nature. Okay. So generally metal oxides which are basic in nature, how we know that they are basic in nature? They react with, they convert the red litmus to blue litmus. So today we will continue that. Metal oxides are basic in nature. When they react with acid, they give salt and water. When they react with, they give salt and water. See, when they react with acid, metal oxides, metal oxides react with acid. React with acid. They give salt and water. They give us salt and water. They give us salt and water. See, metal oxides when they react with acid, they give salt and water. For example, if I take aluminium oxide, Al2O3. When they react with acid, means what? First, how we know? First, let us know that how it comes. 4Al plus 3O2. 4Al plus 3O2. It will form Al2O3. Al2O3. So that means 4 Als means we have to put 2 here. Because Al are 4, here we have to get A4, oxygen 6, 2 3 is oxygen 6. So this aluminium oxide which is basic in nature, this reacts with acid and then they give salt and water. You know water H2O. Salt, how you know? Salt means there should be one metal and with metal there should be either chloride or sulfate or another one nitrate. See, HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. So this is nitrate, sulfate and chloride. Hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. These are the names. Okay. And sulfuric acid H2SO4 is called as king of acids. You should remember this one. This will be coming for 1 mark question. Which acid is known as king of acids? Sulfuric acid H2SO4 is the formula and the name is sulfuric acid. HCl name hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 is sulfuric acid, HNO3 is nitric acid. You all are aware of this. Okay, you should aware of this. See now, metal oxides react with acid, they give salt and water. 4Al plus 3O2 will give me 2Al2O3. Now this is the metal oxide. Metal is present, oxygen is present. When metal and oxygen combine together, present together, we call it as metal oxide, which is basic in nature. Okay. Now this metal oxide will react with one acid. So let us take either HCl or H2SO4. You take HCl or H2SO4, so that will see what it will form, salt and water. So Al2O3, let it react with HCl. So what it will form? AlCl3. AlCl3 along with water. Along with water. See, AlCl3 is what? Salt. Metal along with it either chloride, sulfate or nitrate. So chloride is here. So this is salt. Aluminium chloride. Metal and chloride. So it is a salt. Metal sulfate. It is a salt. metal, along with it nitrate. It is a salt. Now check, there are two Al, only one Al is there, so I will make 2 here. So 2 Al, 2 Al, O is 3, so O is only 1 here, so I will make it 3. So now 3O. But here if you look, this side only 1 H, here there are 6 H. 3 to the 6 H. This is called balancing of chemical equation. You will learn complete this in 10th. Okay. So now you remember at least how to do. See, usually this reactant side, how many molecules they have? Product side, the same molecule should be there. 2 Als are there. Al2 means 2 molecules. Here 2 Al. This 2 is applicable for both. When it is written behind, it is applicable for both. When it is written below, it is applicable for only that atom. So Al2 means it is only applicable for aluminum, not for oxygen. Okay, Al2 is present here. That means reactant side, this side 2 aluminum present. Here 2 aluminum I am balanced. Oxygen is 3 here. So oxygen was only 1 there. So I balanced by writing 3 here. Only we can write before. We cannot write like this. It is wrong. Okay, only I can balance by writing beside. Means you can take oxygen molecules, 3 molecules, but you cannot take O3. Okay. Okay. Next, H. How many H's are there? Now H2 into 3 means 6. So I will write 6 here. 6H, 6H. Cl, 6 are there. Here Cl3 into 2. There are 6. So this way you have to remember. Al2O3 plus 6HCl will give me 2AlCl3 plus 3H2O. It will give me 2AlCl3 plus 3H2O. So this is metal oxide that is reacting with acid, that will form salt and water. Okay, this is my metal oxide. Okay, please note down this. Simply don't search. Please note down. While watching the video, note down. Metal oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid or any acid you take. Metal oxide reacts with acid. It will form salt along with water. This is water, 3 molecules of water. This is salt. Aluminium chloride. Aluminium oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid to form aluminium chloride along with water. So you can say that metal oxides react with acid to form salt along with water. So now we'll move to the next concept. Which is the next concept? We'll know that. Okay. So next concept is again same with metal oxide. We'll take another example, that is of coppers. We'll take now aluminum we have taken. We'll take copper as example. 2Cu plus O2. You can take even magnesium also. Similar way. Cu is similar with magnesium. 2Cu plus O2. Or let me say, I will tell you how to balance later. Cu. Okay. Now remember how to balance. It will come in 10th also. Now also you remember. What is given? Metal oxide react with acid, aqueous, salt and water. Okay. Before metal oxide has to happen, there has to be, metal should react with oxygen. Metal is reacting with oxygen to form metal oxide. Cu plus O2 is CuO. How many Cu are there? One only. There are also only one. No problem. But O is 2 here. Here O is only 1. So I will write 2 here. That means now O became 2. But one problem has happened. Cu also became 2 molecules. Cu means copper. Please perfect those metals which I have already given in the list. Okay. Copper became 2. So I have to balance again 2. So that I will write 2 here. So 2 copper, 2O, 2O. So 2Cu plus O2 will form 2CuO. Similar thing, 2Mg plus O2, 2MgO. 2Ca plus O2, 2CaO. Okay. So now this CuO, copper oxide, This will react with one acid. This time we will take sulfuric acid. This CuO will react with one acid. Let us take it as sulfuric acid. CuO plus H2SO4. Don't search all these things in your textbook. These all are not available in textbook, but these are there for syllabus. Okay, we have to remember because these all came in 7th. They have given it in, you have already studied in 7th class, means you have to come through these one also. CuO plus H2SO4. CuO plus H2SO4. What they will do? Metal oxides react with acid. They give salt and water. So what is my salt? Metal with sulfate, chloride or nitrate. Here sulfate is there means metal. I will write it with the sulfate. CuSO4 along with water. Along with water. CuSO4 plus H2O. I think there is no need to balance. It is already balanced. One Cu, one Cu, one SO4, one SO4, H2O, 2H, 1. So there is no number. So no need to balance. It is already balanced. So metal oxides react with acid. They give us salt and water. So metal oxides react with acid. They give us salt and water. Salt means, remember, one metal should be there and nitrate or sulfate or chlorine should be there. Cl, SO4 or NO3, or sometimes we can say halogens, bromine will, iodine will also come. Leaving those, now we concentrate on only these three things which are there for your syllabus. We can say sulfate, that is SO4, nitrate, that is NO3, chlorine, that is Cl or Cl2 or Cl3. Okay. So there it has to be there with metal. Then we say that it is a salt. For example, if I take NaCl, NaCl is a salt. 5 Na is sodium, chlorine. Sodium is a metal. Metal with chlorine, that is salt. If you take potassium sulfate, K2SO4. See, K, potassium is a metal, SO4 is sulfate. It is a what? Salt. Okay. Then, if I take another example, MgCl2, magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride. NaNO3, sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate. CaCl2, calcium chloride. Calcium chloride. So these kind of, another one we have seen, KlCl3, aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. Why in play with KlCl3 will come? Why Ca it will Cl2? Why with Na it is Cl? This all you learn in class 10. Okay. Now you learn only this much. Okay. How the salt will be? You have already learned in 7th and 6th salt. Salt means metal with sulfate, chloride or nitrate. I hope you all are clear. So please write down all this. Okay. We will move to next concept. Okay, we will move to next concept. That is, so till today till this moment we learned reactions of metals. Okay. Till this moment we learned the reactions of metals. So when we learn the reactions of metals, what are our conclusions? What are my conclusions then? See, I will write conclusions. What are my conclusions? Okay. What I concluded. See, most of the metals react with O2 to form oxides. Most of the metals react with O2 to form oxides. So almost all the metals, how they react with oxygen? O2 means oxygen to form oxides. Metallic oxides they will. Most of the metals react with oxygen to form its metallic oxide. Next, some metals react with O2 rapidly and some react with slowly. Some metals react with O2 rapidly, and some slowly. What happens? Some metals they react with O2 rapidly, and some metals they react with O2 slowly. For example, if you take sodium, as I already told, when it is kept to air, it reacts with the oxygen as well as moisture content of the air, and it produces lot of enormous amount of heat. So that is why which is dangerous. That is why it is stored in where it is stored? Kerosene. Sodium is stored in kerosene. This question will ask. You have to remember. This question will be asked. Why sodium is kept in kerosene, or why sodium is stored under kerosene? Because when it kept to air open, it reacts with the moisture content of the air and it burns readily, or it produces large amount of heat energy. Okay, so that is why sodium is stored under kerosene. I hope this up to this point you all are clear. Okay, so we have seen conclusions. Most of the metals react with O2 to form oxides. Some metals react with O2 rapidly, some slowly. Some metals depending upon the reactivity series of them. Okay, we have seen reactivity series also. So if they are highly reactive, they react rapidly. If they are not highly reactive, they react slowly. So you have to remember rusting of iron also. So what is rust? Write the formula of rust. They will ask you Fe2O3 X times H2O, or you can write in place of X 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6, whichever natural number you write. Okay, Fe2O3 X H2O is the rust. So this is rust, you should remember. Okay, and these conclusions also you have to remember. Okay, this is regarding metals. So we'll move to the next concept. Okay, which concept we'll move to the next is, see here another one, third one is there, conclusions. Oxides of metals, instead of, say, you can say oxides of Na, or metals are basic in nature. Oxides of metals are basic in nature. What they do? They turn the red litmus to blue litmus. They turn red litmus to blue litmus means they are basic in nature. All metallic oxides are, almost all, generally we can say, because some one or two are amphoteric oxides. So generally we can say metallic oxides are basic in nature. Okay, we'll move to the next concept, that is reactions of metals with water. Reactions of metals with water. So whenever you want to note down, please pause the video and note it down. Reactions of metals with water. Okay, reactions of metals. Reaction of metals with water. Reaction of metals with water. So now I will write the reaction of metals with water. Suppose, okay, suppose if a piece of sodium or potassium, metal means we have to take sodium or potassium, if it is dropped in water, if it is dropped in water, what will happen? It floats on the surface of water, or the metal moves over the surface of water with the fishing knife, producing bubbles of H2. Okay, reaction of metals with water. So I will tell you one example. We'll take one example. What will happen? We'll see. Mg plus H2. Suppose if I do this, what might happen? You only think. Definitely, whenever metal is reacting with water means H2O splits into H plus and OH minus. We should remember this. H2O splits into H plus and OH minus. In H2O, there is one cation, one anion, H plus hydrogen, that is cation, OH minus, that is anion. Okay, so Mg reacts with H2O means it will become MgOH plus H2. So hydrogen gas is liberating. H2 means, this sign means it is liberation of gas. Okay, but you can balance it later. So here MgOH twice it will become, so O2H2. There are two O's and two H. So I will write 2 here. If I write 2 here, okay, now it is balanced. Hydrogen 4 now, H2, H2. Total 4 hydrogens, but O only 2. O only 2, no problem. Mg, Mg, it's balanced now. Mg plus 2H2 will give you MgOH2 plus H2. So that means what will happen? So in the same case we can do with sodium. Na plus H2O will give me NaOH plus H2. But this time we have to think NaOH plus H2. So means H there are 2, here also 2, but here 3 H's are there and here only 2 H is there. So how to balance this? So if I write 2 NaOH, now 2H and 2H, there are 4 H's. So here also 4 H's. 2O, 2O, 2Na, but only Na is there, so I will write 2Na. 2Na, here also 2Na. 2H2 means 4H, 2H and 2H. 4H, 2O, 2. So it's balanced. Okay. So 2Na plus 2H2 will give 2NaOH plus H2. H2 is liberated. This is produced with a sound called fizz. A kind of sound is produced in water. We call it as a fizz sound. If sodium is allowed to react with water, it floats on the water also. And after some times, it reacts with water and hydrogen gas is liberated with a sound called fizz. We can say them as bubbles. ನೀರಿನಾಗ ಗುಳಿ ಬರ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ನೀರೊಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀರೊಳಗದ ಮೊದಲ ತೇಲ್ತದ, ಮುಂದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದ. ಓಕೆ, ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ H2. ಮುಂದೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಗ್ರಾಜುವಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಫೈರ್. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗ ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಬಾ ಡೇಂಜರ್ ಅದ, ಸೀಮೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಇಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುವಲಿ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಫೈರ್. ಅದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಗೋತ ಬರ್ತದ ಸೈಜ್ ಒಳಗ. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಆಗೋತ ಬಂದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಮಾಯಿಶ್ಚರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೂಡ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಫೈರ್. ಇಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚಸ್ ಫೈರ್ and the solution gets hot when tested. Okay, then the solution gets hot. Whenever it reacts with water, that solution gets hot, and when tested it shows that it converts red litmus to blue litmus. Again it is also basic in nature. That means what all are happening? So 4 points remember. Okay, you can see all of you 4 points you remember. Metals react with water. First one, what they will do, it floats on water. First point, it floats on water. Okay, after some times Okay, floating with it produces H2 bubbles, that is hydrogen bubbles. Third one, gradually it becomes small. Gradually it becomes small. Gradually it becomes small. Gradually it becomes small and reacts and catches fire. This is completely regarding sodium. I am not taking magnesium here. For magnesium, only these two are correct. Third one, magnesium will not catch fire. So only I am taking with this one with sodium and potassium. Okay, catches fire. So these are the point. And fourth one, when tested, this solution is basic in nature. That means it converts red litmus to blue litmus. It converts red litmus to blue litmus. That means the solution is basic in nature. So you should remember all these things. You have to remember all these things. I hope you all are clear with these points. So please note down all the points. And this is not there in textbook. Okay, for your information, I'm giving this is in your syllabus, but it is not there in your textbook. Okay, so you have to remember all these things. So 2Na plus 2H2O will give 2NaOH plus H2. H2 is a gas, so the upper sign shows it is liberated. Okay, so here Na and potassium we can use. Same reaction we can write with potassium also. Potassium also we can write the same equation. In place of Na, just you have to write K. K is a symbol of potassium. Na is a symbol of sodium. Na means natrium, Latin name, that is why Na. K is carium, that is Latin name of potassium. So you don't worry too much about that. So Na and potassium are highly reactive. When they kept to air open, they react with the moisture content of air and catches fire, and large amount of heat energy is produced. Hence, sodium and potassium are kept under kerosene. You have to remember that they are kept under kerosene. Suppose if I take 2Na plus OA, H2, 2H2, 2NaOH plus H2, 2K plus H2, 2KOH plus H2. See here, 2Na plus 2H2O, 2NaOH plus H2. 2Na plus 2H2O. Let me see. Here 2Na is there. Here also 2Na is there. Here 4H. Here also H2 and H2. 4H. Here 2O. Here also 2. So no problem. It is correct. 2Na plus 2H2O, 2NaOH plus H2. It is correct. Exactly balanced. So no need to worry about that. So I will revise it once again. Just reaction of metals with water. What will happen when sodium reacts with water? First initially it floats on water. After some time it reacts with water and produces H2 bubbles, and then gradually it becomes small. When it becomes small, no, that time it reacts with oxygen and moisture content. That means it reacts with the dissolved oxygen of water. Then what will become happens? It catches fire. Then large amount of heat energy is produced. So which is dangerous. So when it is this solution where it becomes small, it will not if very small amount of water is taken, then it may not catches the fire. So that time a solution is taken, and it is tested. When it is tested, it converts red litmus to blue litmus. That means it is basic in nature. So this is regarding the reaction of metals with water. We have seen reaction of metals with oxygen, reaction of metals with water. So I hope you all are clear with this concept. Okay, please understand salts. So I have clearly told you what are salts. So please understand, a metal with chlorine or sulfate or nitrate. If it is there, then we can say it as a salt. So please be perfect with that thing. Okay. So remaining things we will see in the next class.